You're listening to Weenie Back, cocksucker. You say it again.
You're listening to Weenie Bat. Enjoy, you fucking bitch. So, Ibram Gallegos is taking a shit right now. He currently has diarrhea. This is true. I'm not just saying this. Ibram has diarrhea, and he's texting me from the bathroom. He said, "It's not good," and I said, "Liquid shits." So he's currently in pain. He's in a lot of pain. Fucking douchebag. What a douche. Ibram can fucking get fucked. But he'll be here eventually.
So what do you watch in your free time? Like just weird monotonous videos outside of ordinary sausage?
Oh yeah, ordinary. That is the sound of the Four Loko opening, everybody.
You didn't need to do that. Anyways, but no, like what are your like weird downtime videos?
Downtime videos. Let's see. I have a few guilty pleasures. Angry Video Game Nerd.
That's not bad.
It's pretty bad.
He's been popular for a long time.
His content is shit, but I like it because I grew up watching it. So.
Yeah, so like I said, it's not bad. I don't watch like game theory anymore, but I've been seeing like film theory stuff with
Nice.
Matt Pat.
Matt Pat?
Yeah.
Matt Pat?
Matt Pat.
Who's Matt Pat?
He
Get a new name.
He did video game theory. Like, why is this? Why is that? We studied it. Because it's not just a theory, it's a game theory. That guy.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch those anymore, but...
Yeah, I'm really particular about YouTube videos.
Me
like,
too.
because people... Like...
Garbage?
Yeah, there's so much shit on YouTube. Like, it's far... Like, that one guy you got me onto, Let's Game It Out. I love those videos.
Well, his whole thing is to break the game.
Yeah, which is
and people
really
sponsor
fun.
him to do it, like break our game, which is like the ultimate form of bug tester.
Yeah.
So, if you're smart about it and you can make a video or a super depressing zoo, he's the man to do it.
yeah. His videos are fucking hilarious.
What else?
Because
usually when I come in the morning, you're like asleep listening to something.
Oh man, I'm obsessed with Opie and Anthony, so I'm pretty much always listening to them every single day.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I'll never get anyone to share it with. Like,
no, I like if you were to put it on the radio for a drive or something, I could listen to it that way. But like when I'm by myself in the truck, I'll listen to like podcasts or whatever. They're all comedy podcasts. They're not like history or anything you're going to learn something for. Like I was listening to Mark Norman was on Taste Buds. It was Joe DeRosa and Sal Volcano's from Impractical Jokers. But it's usually they argue two different foods, right? And they were arguing dark meat versus white meat.
Racist.
Sure. I mean, Mark Norman did say darkies at one point. They blurted out, but...
which is clearly inferior meat, but go ahead.
Fuck no, dark meat's better.
Dark meat sucks.
I like white meat because it gets stuck in my teeth and it's dry as fuck and it's boring and it doesn't suck any flavor.
Yeah,
that's not our podcast. That's their podcast. But no, but like 45 minutes wasn't even like the argument though either.
What do you mean?
It was just them bullshitting talking to Mark Norman.
Nice.
Which happens a
funny.
lot. Yeah. But they're New York comedians, so they usually have like other New York comedians on, like Chris DiStefano. Who's the guy that was skinny, got real fat, and now he's like old and kind of skinny but bald? Robert Kelly.
Yeah. He has gone all over the place.
Yeah, I had it bouncing around.
He's really good on Opie and Anthony.
He's just really good in general.
Yeah.
But like, because you've listened enough, so you've probably heard tons of fucking. We were talking about him the other day. Black guy. Big guy.
Alonzo Bowden.
He's dead.
Dave Chappelle. No, Dave Chappelle.
No, the guy is dead.
Oh.
We were talking about.
Oh. Martin Luther King.
No. He's funny, not a player. No, fuck. It was one of comedy is like 50% of the audience laugh, the other 50% is horrified.
Patrice O'Neill.
There you go, Patrice.
Yeah. Very funny dude.
So, I forgot I was going with that. But, no, like people here on Opie and Anthony, we're finally getting rain.
Yeah. That's the thunder, everybody.
If it picks up.
Yeah.
But no, fuck, I hope we don't lose power.
During this, that would really suck.
No, we're not plugged into this.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
fine with this. That's not why.
Oh, you mean just lose power? Like,
Yeah, because. Okay, so we finally got water. Today is Wednesday.
Yeah.
We finally got
Wednesday.
water yesterday night. The internet I was able to go out and temporarily fix, but the internet guy didn't come until yesterday. So from last week's episode till last night, I didn't get to take a shower.
Yeah, we haven't had water or internet. Well, besides the fact you fixed it, but
That we
temporary.
talked about it during the show
no, yeah,
because
yeah.
the fucking people were here and whatever else. It just fucking. Turns out that's all of Espanola. That's how Espanola works. It's like people might show up. Like they take that land of manana thing seriously around here.
Yeah, for real. People that don't know, Land of Manana means it'll get done whenever.
Yeah, it's not even tomorrow here, which is fucked. It kind of makes me wonder, like, would I rather be in Albuquerque right now or here?
That's a good question.
Because I liked Albuquerque, but I was always too far away from everything at night. But unless I had gas, and most of the money went to gas in Albuquerque. But there's better food and more stuff to do.
There's more stuff, yeah. Arcade, for instance.
Yeah.
All we have is the 420 Emporium as for an arcade.
Yeah, go figure. We went to go get Josh some Kratom, and they've got like Centipede for free, and then they've got 2 emulator arcades and a claw machine that has dollar bills, and like those quarter pusher things you see at Peter Piper's or Chuck E. Cheese.
Like the worst game ever.
It is, because it's such a fucking scam.
It's just a scam.
Like, oh, I won 3 quarters. Like, that sucks. That's fucking bullshit. But
I fucking hate those machines.
But the thing about this 420 Emporium, it's on the road up to Chimayo, and we'd leave. I'd come back from open mics at night, and there'd always be like tons of people out there, and I didn't know what the deal was. And apparently on Tuesdays and Friday nights they have like karaoke and get like packed, and they're open till like 1 a.m. They don't serve alcohol in this place. It's just Kratom, CBD. They have sodas and chips and stuff, and a pool table, plus
That's
these
it?
games. That's
They
it,
don't
dude.
get wasted?
No, that's what's wild. I mean, I'm sure most of these people come down from Saints and Sinners, which I still have yet to do. I really need to go there because I've been wanting to go in there since I was little just because it looked cool. And then somebody said, oh, it's a bar. And then I moved back here and it's like, it's not really a bar. It's a liquor store that has a bar in the back that you can drink at, from what I've been told.
I met the owner.
Saints and Sinners?
Yeah.
He's the guy you drink with, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. When did you meet him?
Well, I worked with his daughter at Trader Joe's.
Really?
It's random, yeah. And she's so fucking attractive. She moved away, but
That's a wild thing about this town, dude. Like, you'll see somebody in someone's car, and I'm like, what? You're pretty. Why do you live here?
what are you doing here?
I saw a pretty girl at the bus stop once. It's like, you're poor?
What are you doing? Where's your free drinks and stuff? Yeah, that's weird.
Well, it's like also like a lot of the pretty girls I've seen in town, they're like in BMWs and shit driving around. It's like, are you just bad with money or like, are you really smart too? Because then I kind of wish I grew up here and met a smart girl.
Like a smart, attractive person?
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
No. Well, my wife's attractive. And she's kind of smart.
Ouch.
She's not like over the top smart.
I'm
She's
on
not
your
like
side here.
like she's not my daughter. My daughter is super smart, right?
Right. Yeah.
But my wife is like, she has her own lanes, kind of like how I have my own lanes.
Yeah.
But she also speaks 2 languages. She might actually speak 3 or 4. I was never really clear on that with her. But,
Really?
Yeah. Because, like, she learned some Korean when she was there. Like, I learned some Korean, but I wouldn't say I know it.
Korean, Chinese, it's all the same.
Definitely not. Although, technically, It's weird because here's the thing that's always tripped me out is like if you watch old animes and cartoons or TV shows, they all talk about China being the mainland. Korea and Japan both do that because at one point they immigrated from there and became those people, got their own languages, dynasties, and whatever else. But they've all been at war with each other at different points.
That's why Japan
Korea
wanted to conquer some land there.
Yeah,
in the 40s, right?
Korea had Japanese slaves, and when the Japan, like way back in the day, and then Japan went there, conquered them, took a bunch of the women as comfort girls, which is concubine, prostitute, whatever.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, Imperial Japan was really fucked up during World War II.
Yeah.
But, what else? Like, there was a thing recently where South Korea wanted to, like, make a statue honoring those women that, like, what happened to them and whatever. Japan got, like, super pissed. It's
Really?
Like, yeah. It's like, you guys don't have an army, shut the fuck up. But
you're not allowed to have one.
Pretty much. And then, like, Korea has 160... South Korea has 166 divisions. It's a lot.
Japan got the... Look, Japan did some fucked up shit.
But their economy kicked their ass very quickly.
But the... But they got kind of the shit end of the deal when it comes to the end of that war.
Mm.
Like...
Oh, yeah. Because I've heard a lot of the... Like, what was the UN called before it was called the UN? It was like the Allied Nations or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Sounds
right.
Whatever the name was. They were like, no, you guys aren't allowed to conquer people. And it wasn't because, like...
Axis nations.
No, because... No, that's Germany and shit.
Oh, right. We're
yeah,
the Allies.
Yeah.
Okay, whoops.
Whatever the term was before they were called the UN. But they're like, no, you guys can't do that shit. You're not white. Is like the narrative you hear a lot of the time. But... Because, like, Germany got split between Russia and us. Not the rest of Europe. Us. Well, I mean, not, like, sort of, not really. They became the capitalist part, and they got to do stuff with the rest of Eastern Europe, whereas Western Germany was with the rest of Russia, where sad and everything sucked.
Yeah.
But...
It's kind of like how Vietnam, everyone, like, drew lines in the sand, and they split at the 49th parallel.
That was before the war. Vietnam... That's the crazy thing about Vietnam. Like, not only did... Because the first history book, I saw something in it, it started as a police conflict. As far as militaries go. But the communists straight up won the entire country. Because they're a solid communist country with a king.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
But yeah. But they talk about in Ken Burns' Vietnam, which is an amazing documentary.
Anything with Ken Burns is. Although, I'd love to hear one about the Teletubbies.
A Ken Burns Teletubbies?
Yeah.
My dearest Martha. But yeah, he's talked about how everyone was like splitting up and choosing their sides, and
right.
like, and there's like all the rich.
Viet Cong.
Yeah, there was English people that lived there, and
yeah,
like all kinds of different people, and they had to like choose sides and like.
Right.
Yeah, I can't remember which side is which because my memory sucks.
The North Korea is not Korea. North Vietnam was the communist. South Vietnam was the rest of the.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Did you ever see the World's Greatest Beer Run with Zac Efron?
No.
So it's a story about this dude who he's got nothing going on in his life, but he's a merchant marine, which
what's that?
Basically a sailor for the government, I think. I looked into it once because I wanted to be a tugboat driver. Like, it's a whole thing, but he was off, and one of his friends had just shipped to Vietnam, and he's like, I'm not doing shit with my life, I'm a piece of shit, blah blah blah, to some degree, right? And so everybody's like, well, what are you going to do with your life now that blah, blah, blah. This dude's like in his 30s or late 20s, early 30s. He's like, I'm going to go see my friends. I'm going to take him some beer. So he makes his way all the way to Vietnam to see his friends in like 5 different posts all throughout the country, from one port to like the most dangerous areas to bring his buddy's beer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it like the way it, saying it like that is a great reason to watch the movie. So everything after this is going to be kind of a spoiler. So he ends up going to like the most fucked up area. His buddy's like pissed he's there. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like the whole time he's traveling through the country, the reason why he gets so far is because he keeps telling people he's a tourist. And so everybody thinks he's CIA. And so like officers and shit are like, oh, okay, just leave him alone. And
Really?
yeah. And like some of his friends like, you're a fucking idiot. One of them gets real pissed off. And eventually when the fall Saigon happens in Christmas Day or New Year's Eve or whatever, like the Viet Cong come in and they just fucking run the town. He's there as it happens, like hanging out with journalists and shit. And it just like everything just goes tits up. So
yeah,
it's a great fucking movie.
Is it a drama or a comedy?
Dramedy?
Oh, it's a dramedy.
Yeah.
Those are the worst kinds of movies.
Not
Dramedies.
Not even.
Yeah, no. I like. Have you ever seen? That sounds like a good movie.
It
though.
is.
I didn't mean to
We'll
change
watch it
subjects immediately. Yeah. Well.
Did I ever see what? You were like, I'm halfway through a sentence and I'm just.
I've been playing Astroneer.
That's a fun game.
Yeah, it's really fun. My base makes your base look like you're playing with children's toys. You're playing with Legos.
I'm on 2 different
And,
planets.
Yeah, but my base is so epic.
I've got like 3 bases, and I've already figured out how to get to the center of the Earth. I don't give a shit about bases. I'm beating the game. If there's an end to it.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm not talking shit, just speaking the facts. My base is just makes yours look like...
You might want to explain the game. It mostly sounds like you're talking about Minecraft.
Yeah.
I get you're autistic, but...
So how do you explain the game? You're better at this than I am.
Oh, it is a survival game, kind of like Minecraft is, but, you know, good.
It's
and
more
there's
fun
no
than Minecraft.
autistic kids playing. I mean, Minecraft when it first came out. Because I started playing it right when the beta started.
Wow, really?
So, yeah, because when the alpha came out, it kind of sucked. So, I joined, like, very early on. And, but basically, you're an astronaut, you land on a planet, you got your little base, and then you've got some forward missions. We started playing it when I didn't have internet, so we didn't know about the missions right away.
Let me stop you. Astroneer. You're an astroneer.
Sure. You're an engineer in space. An astroneer.
I just wanted to cut your train of thought. Okay.
Okay, so you basically you mine certain resources so you can build certain things. Not different. That's where it differs from Minecraft. That makes it more like Meeple Station or fuck, I can't think of the name. There's a bunch of games that are just like that where you need specific resources to craft specific things, like a printer, a small printer, then a medium printer, then a large printer, which you really never use. You need to put them on little platforms. You have to have batteries or power to all these things. So you either have to use a generator or a battery
Or a shelter.
or something. And you can't just walk out into the nothingness and go do this. You have to set up little tethers so you have oxygen and power the whole time to do it.
Yeah.
And then eventually you can upgrade to a point where you don't need those. Like if you have a rover or an oxygenator on a trailer for your rover or a portable oxygenator. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. I mean, if you're into a fairly quiet game where you're just crafting and doing different things, it's a great game.
Yeah.
If not, I'm sure it's very boring to certain people.
Oh yeah, totally. It's not for everyone. But yeah, I like to pop on Opie and Anthony and just play for like 2 hours straight. You know, it's very fun.
I do it without listening to shit because you're usually here asleep.
Oh, dude,
I don't want to.
You could totally listen to stuff.
You understand? I have to listen to things at a high volume, right?
Why? Because
I'm deaf as fuck.
Really?
Yeah. Also, I keep losing headphones.
Like
I had AirPods at one point, and they kept falling into dumpsters, and I just went, bye-bye. You're gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Aren't those like hundreds of dollars?
They are. They're also really worth it. Even if you have an Android, they're very worth it.
Really?
Yeah, because you can get very long distance with them, and the whole tap feature isn't as clunky as it is with like shitty ones. Like if we had a sponsor by somebody like Ray J or somebody that makes headphones called Raycons. Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, did I ruin you?
Yeah,
I ruined your
stepped
joke.
on that.
I ruined your joke. Sorry. I was more trying to figure out what you were talking about.
You act like you don't talk to me all the time where I just fucking trail into nonsense.
That's not true. You don't.
I guess not really with you. I do that with other people.
What, we trail into nonsense?
Yeah, and then you either watch people get really confused, or my buddy Ryan. My buddy Ryan is the only person that can follow me and like keep it going. Which is weird that he's not a comedian, he just has a weird butthole. But
yeah. Have you told our listeners about that?
No, actually I haven't. But this episode is going to be more you talking than me, because I did a lot of talking last time and got sad.
No, I was just sad because I was like I like sucked. Last episode I stunk. I was in a bad mood.
Which is kind of irrelevant on this, because like even if you're in a bad mood, it's worth playing with.
Playing with?
Yeah. Like, do you ever play word games with people?
Probably not. How do you do that?
I don't remember right now.
Oh.
I used to do it all the time, but I met so many people that like couldn't do it, couldn't follow, and they just like stop, and you're just like, you fucking suck. I hate you. It's kind of like you start a bit like in a conversation, and then people just keep it going.
Yeah.
Like we did with she's technically a comedian. I've only seen her like 3 times. The saggy tit lady.
Saggy tit lady.
Really old black lady, had massive cleavage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when everybody's going around making fun of her. Which is kind of fucked up, but she was also very creepy. Like, you ever go to your friend's house and their mom like kind of hits on you, or their grandma does?
Yeah.
It was like that, but, well, you were there. It was like that, but worse.
Yeah.
Because she had, her shirt was like down to her belly, I want to say, and her tits were past her belly.
They were massive.
Flat.
Yeah.
Saggy massive. Not like big massive.
Not like attractive massive.
Like somebody said, do your ears hang low, do you wobble to and fro? It was relevant.
Yeah.
But like stuff like that.
I'd still bang her.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I'm a male, you know. I can't
have
help
a penis
myself.
and it mostly works.
Mostly.
You know, by like, it doesn't see a lot of action.
Right, exactly, yeah. It's not particular at this point.
But you don't try either, so I mean.
That's true. It's too much work. I tell people that and they look at me like I'm a crazy person.
It's not always too much work.
Yeah, it is.
I think you should get a WoW account.
A WoW account?
Yeah, meet a girl on there. They're pretty fun.
A girl on WoW?
Yeah.
Get married on WoW?
Probably not.
You don't think I'm marriage material?
No, that's just creepy. You should aim a little higher for less than creepy. Like maybe not.
I just
furry high.
Right. You don't want to go.
But
that
showers more than anyone less than a furry.
Showers more than anyone less than a furry.
Yes, because a furry, has a certain amount of money to pursue their weird hobby.
Right.
And probably has weird sex while doing it.
Right.
Versus someone who's nerdy enough, but still washes themselves. They may not be as great as a furry.
There's a scale there.
Yeah. Because, like, there's a thing that came out for Comic-Con on Nerd News on TikTok, and they kept saying, like, important things to remember, and, like, put on deodorant was, like, the number one thing. They said, like, 8 times.
Oh, God.
That's apparently a huge issue with nerds. So.
Oh, they don't care about anything but Star Wars. They don't watch
It's not
themselves.
even Star Wars.
I know.
Star Wars people are mostly clean. Or hot. It's not even anime people, which is a large portion of them. They do.
Weeaboos?
Yeah. I don't know. I would think Warhammer people are a little bit better. They just seem like they're a better type of people.
They just paint the figurines.
Yeah.
And play the games and shit like that.
You know, like the dude from The Witcher, Superman. Fucking, I keep wanting to say Jesus' name, but not Jim Caviezel, the other one. Henry Cavill.
Oh, right.
Cavill.
Henry Cavill, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big Warhammer dude.
Is he?
Yeah, he's been doing it since he was a kid.
What a douchebag. I knew there was something about him I hated.
Oh, you mean being, other than being beautiful and talented?
He's not beautiful.
He's a beautiful man.
Yeah, he's very attractive.
Me and my buddy went and saw Superman.
He broke me down.
Me and my buddy went and saw Man of Steel, and like the first thing was like, I wish I had a chest like that.
Yeah, dude.
Like that's a solid fucking. Like if I wanted to cuddle up to somebody, that'd be the man. And then he'd tell me stories about The Witcher.
Yeah, so how is shooting on The Witcher?
No, because he actually reads the books too. Or like he'd actually tell me, so this is the differences between those things. This is how the story actually goes. Instead of somebody just being like spiteful and angry that lives in their basement.
Right.
Or makes TikToks. Whatever.
Yeah.
I would assume people that make good TikToks shower more. Then would they be at the same level as furries? Maybe not the super popular ones, but the ones that are very knowledgeable.
Well, I don't watch TikTok. Only what you've showed me.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know, but
like, let's go with YouTubers then, at the very least. Maybe not streamers, but like very niche people, like the movie review guy you were trying to show me.
Oh yeah, Red Letter Media or whatever.
He's part of Red Letter Media?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he definitely has to shower because that's like a professional thing.
Yeah.
Less than
Red
that.
Letter?
Yeah, it's a big name. So
yeah, it's
less than them.
Yeah.
Less than Red Letter, like Machinima. Machinima was like very unknown for a while, and then they were like the name, not making any money, and now they are like one of the biggest companies.
They're a huge company now.
It's probably not a lot of people, but like as far as money goes, they're huge.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember watching the
Red versus Blue.
Red versus Blue. Yeah.
Yep. They're gonna do a last season, finally.
That show's still going.
There's like 20 something seasons.
Whoa.
Dude, it's actually really you can watch them on their website, I think, sometimes on YouTube. Last time I was following it was when I first went back to Georgia. So I don't know where they were at from there, but they went from the silly stuff to like overarching seasons where it's a full story arc, and then it like brought around to a point where everything was reset, and then they were like, this is all deja vu and weird, so they kind of redid like the first season and stuff. It's fucking cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but
that's what I know is the first two seasons.
Yeah, and it gets better.
I watched.
It gets less silly but more interesting.
Is it stay funny?
Yeah.
I mean,
you got Donut.
They weren't
Caboose,
super.
So.
Yeah, it was like quirky funny.
Right.
It wasn't like, yeah. There was jokes.
Okay, so I've noticed this a lot lately. It happened with like big major movie directors like Martin Scorsese and shit complaining about Marvel movies. Like they're the top movies, blah blah blah.
Right.
These are they're taking over everything. Not everything. They're not great. Blah blah blah. Which is a fucking lie. They are good. The first one's not so much. Later on, they do get better as far as storytelling goes. But
that's true. I can't not.
If you're not in it, you're not in it.
I get what he meant by that though.
Well, here's the thing. It's a trend that I've noticed. A lot of people want to shit on something. It's like, oh yeah, it's like. Imagine if everybody in the 80s and 90s were complaining that Jean-Claude Van Damme, Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, Arnold Schwarzenegger, big blockbuster
like
movie
stars.
Right. If everybody's complaining, that's where they only want to see these movies because they have movie stars in them, right? It's no longer about the movie star, it's about this entity.
Right.
Now, so because him and like other like snooty high-end dudes were saying shit like that. I don't think Tarantino even shit on him. He's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
No, because he's kind of like us who will watch shit and good,
right.
whatever
he
else.
Likes everything, yeah.
A good person. Well, maybe not a good person, but but like reasonable.
Yeah.
And then I've noticed there are comedians that do the same thing about movies too. Like, oh, there's no comedies anymore. There's no comedies anymore. There's not as many comedies anymore, but there's like constantly comedies getting put out. They're mostly women, though.
Women comedies?
Movies, yes. I don't care if you like it or not. They're good movies. Like, I watched Joyride the other day.
Yeah?
It was pretty fucking awesome.
Joyride.
To one Chinese girl with Asian parents, or Chinese parents, moves to America. Another Chinese girl who is adopted meets her. They're, like, very little. They punch a kid in, like, the first scene of the movie.
Nice.
And then they like grow up together, and then they end up going to China for something. They go to Korea and like all kinds of other shit. It's a great movie.
Cool.
But
nice.
It's 4 women comedy. Like, because if you're gonna do a group, it's either 2s or 4s. 3 is very hard, I think. But anyways, it was a good movie. Bridesmaids.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Like, Bridesmaids had funny moments.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I did not find it to be that funny of a movie.
Is it just because it's not your kind of movie, though?
That's what I was trying to figure out, because, like, at the time, that was huge.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
It's
huge
still talked
movie.
about constantly.
Yeah.
But, like, Melissa McCarthy's fucking... It's Melissa McCarthy, right?
I don't
the other
like...
one.
She's the fat one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's very funny at all.
I love her stuff.
She a comic?
She's an improv comic.
Okay.
She was on Saturday Night Live and everything else. So I fucking love her. Kate McKinnon, Saturday Night Live. Leslie Jones wasn't in that movie, but she was in...
Leslie Jones is pretty funny.
She is. She was in Ghostbusters with him. Not a good Ghostbusters movie, but it had funny parts. But it's like Morbius. Morbius is a great vampire movie if it has nothing to do with Morbius or Spider-Man. Otherwise, it's a fucking terrible movie. Anyways, but do you think... There's tons of comedies that get put out. They just don't do as well. But that's the thing. They're not as great.
Well, and there's this thing about comedies. Like, have you seen MacGruber?
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the dumbest things that you've ever seen, right?
Did horribly.
Yeah. And, like, everyone talks shit about dumb comedies. But they can be very fucking good.
I think...
It's so funny, that movie.
Okay.
And everyone talks shit about it.
Okay. Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Wes Anderson. But you know what? His movies don't do great. Like, ever. They do very medium at
Is
the
that
box
true?
office.
Because he's usually crushing it.
No, everybody loves him. He's a cult classic.
Yeah.
Like Rushmore. I think the Fantastic Mr. Fox did really well. The one with...
Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums didn't do great. It was like enough to be remembered, but I think it did just well enough, but it just kept going where people kept it in mind. I think.
Interesting. Okay.
Jacques. What's the one that makes fun of Jacques Cousteau?
Life Aquatic.
Life Aquatic, right?
It's fucking amazing.
I love that movie, especially the ending. Didn't do great, but they had like these high end marketing. The new one, Asteroid City, went straight to streaming. Not straight to streaming, but like within a week or two. And it wasn't like $20 on streaming. That's the only reason I saw it. Which is also very good movie.
Is it good?
Very intellectual though.
Cool.
Because it's like 2 distinct stories happening simultaneously.
Interesting. Really?
Like one's a play with all the same people, and then there's everything that's going on with Asteroid City. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you look it up how well it did?
Yeah, I was just curious.
Budget and everything.
Yeah.
What else did he do? All right, so we went through this list, this top 10 list of from biggest flops to highest grossing.
Of Wes Anderson films, yeah.
And they, like the first 5 or 6 were all flops.
Right.
They made way less than the budget.
His first movie, Red Rocket.
Bottle Rocket.
Red Rocket is
We were
something
talking
else.
about Isle of Dogs before we realized this wasn't recorded, so. But
yeah.
out of a $5 million budget, it made $556,000. So this great acclaimed director makes these brilliant fucking movies to the point where his art style was a meme for a while.
Yeah.
And his movies don't do great, but they're great. Same thing with comedies. Like, I mean, like everybody liked Fletch. The old Fletch movies.
I never seen it. But...
They're fucking boring as shit.
Really?
No, well, I mean, they're like in the 70s and 80s when they had all that long, drawn-out bullshit in them.
Right, yeah.
Like, everybody loves planes, trains, and automobiles, but everything between those certain parts is so fucking boring.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the comedies were more slower paced back then. Yeah.
Except for Airplane. Airplane was anything with
That's
Leslie
true,
Nielsen
yeah.
was a laugh per minute type of movie.
Yeah.
And those are good, but like even Step Brothers isn't a laugh a minute movie. It has even parts, but it's not drawn out to the point where you want to fall asleep. Which might also be ADHD thing.
Yeah,
I just
might
learned.
be.
Intrusive sleepiness.
Intrusive sleepiness?
They used a different word, but it was intrusive something for being sleepy.
Interesting.
Like you get so disinterested, you just get sleepy right away, which I do a lot. I was like, fuck, I really might have ADD. But
yeah, Step Brothers, it's like, it has funny moments, again, but overall it's like John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, very talented guys. Very talented. And they were just dicking around most of that movie.
Yeah. But
it just didn't appeal to me. Like,
it didn't appeal to you, but it's a great movie, beloved by all, same way
people loved it, yeah.
Wes Anderson movies are. And then you watch John C. Reilly in a serious film, you're like, yeah, he's a great actor.
He's damn good.
He's a fucking amazing actor.
He's so fucking good.
But people say the same thing about good comedic actors anyway, so.
Yeah.
Like Robin Williams. In his serious roles, you're like, yeah, he's a great actor.
You ever seen Insomnia?
No.
He plays a serial killer in that.
I thought that was the phone. Is that the one that's he's the 1 hour photo? No, that's 1 hour photo.
Yeah, different movie. It's got Al Pacino as the main guy.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good movie. But he plays this creepy like murderer. It's so weird to see him as a serious role like that.
Outside of 1 hour photo.
Yeah. He has 2 movies where he develops photos. It's so confusing.
Wait, Insomnia he develops
Oh no,
photos?
not that one, but it's called like this 1 hour photo, of course.
Right.
And then there's this other movie where he's like he cuts and edits people's like memories to make a
I don't know what that is. I don't know what movie that is.
Yeah, me neither. I can't remember, but it's just bizarre, like kind of parallel there.
What's the one where he's dead?
Oh yeah, What Dreams May Come.
That one. That one I really liked.
Yeah.
That and Bicentennial Man.
Oh, where he's a robot.
And he becomes human.
He does?
Yeah, that's like the whole process of the movie is he gets upgraded more and
that.
more and more and more and more to the point where he's human, and then he gets a wife out of it too. But he's like thousands of years old. I haven't seen the movie since it came out. Like we rented it on VHS. I remember loving it, and that being the whole process of the movie. Don't remember anything else.
My grandma loves Robin Williams.
Well, I hope they're
which
both...
is why she bought a rope and a stool.
Nice. I was gonna say I hope she's dead. That way she can meet him.
No, it's fucked up. But yeah, we would always rent Bicentennial Man and all of his movies.
Mm-hmm. Like Patch Adams.
Yeah.
Like whenever they came out, like, oh, Mrs. Doubtfire. He was the genie. I don't know which one came first. And then you like go on through your life watching it, kind of like the way Jim Carrey had like 2 or 3 hit movies in 1994.
Yeah.
Because it was Dumb and Dumber,
Liar,
The Mask,
Liar.
and Liar Liar.
Maybe
and then
I'm jumping ahead.
Ace Ventura. I don't know. It was one of those 4 movies. Because Ace Ventura, Liar Liar, Dumb and Dumber, and whatever other thing I just said. The Mask. They all came out about around the same time. Cause it was
really?
It was like one year he had 1 hit movie, the next year he had another hit movie, the next year he had like 2 or 3, and then he did Ace Ventura 2, which he didn't want to do. But I thought was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim Carrey's very interesting. He's like, as far as comedy goes, he's a very unique comedian.
He's a physical guy.
Yeah.
That's mostly it.
Well, but his physicality, or whatever you
Right.
want to call it, is very unique to just him. Like, no one copies him.
I don't think you really can, though, without somebody, like, putting it out there.
Like, if you were to... if you were to become a comedian and you, like, if you acted like him, they'd just be like, you're doing Jim Carrey.
Exactly.
Like, he's so, it's like his brand.
Well, that's the thing that, like, one of the first times we had a writing session with Corey, and he's like, what do you want? I was like, I want to do something nobody else is doing. And then he braced you, that's not how you do things, blah, 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 blah. But there's so many different styles of jokes. There's different ways you can tell jokes. There's different things people do and don't do, but you know they make people laugh. You can tell a story. You can tell a simple joke. You can tell like a Mitch Hedberg joke. But Mitch Hedberg made that kind of joke a thing. Jim Carrey was his own thing. He also, him and Damon Wayans used to also like bomb on purpose at the Comedy Store because they thought it was funny.
And I agree with your point here.
Yeah.
I think you got, like, I want to do something no one's doing too.
Right.
But like, it's got to be working. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I could spend some time working out some unique idea I have.
Well, your stuff works. My stuff works. It
just
not with our friends.
well, it's like it's kind of like putting the onus. I feel like if you go too far down that road, then you constantly think the audience is like, oh, they just weren't for my audience. Like,
yeah. That's getting in your own head. But that's like the Tao show.
Yeah.
We both did fine. But then again, so did Victor. And it's like, because I've seen people do what Victor did, the way he tells stories. I've seen that like 100 times growing up, and it always works. That's why it works really well for him, especially with old people.
Yeah.
But when you get people that are like, oh, I don't want comedy, I only want comedy, that's how it works. But then you remember there's people like Mitch Hedberg where he failed a million fucking times before anybody like started catching on. And then like everybody's got their unique lane, right?
Yeah.
And you always want that unique lane. It may work, it may not work. Like movies and everything, we're just saying. Like Munchies.
That movie is terrible.
It's fucking awful in every way.
Bad.
But we were laughing the whole time.
Yeah, we were
through it.
laughing at it. It was fun to do.
We were definitely laughing at it.
Yeah.
Not the way you're supposed to. But there are things like that where like, okay.
Watch another bad movie.
I don't. Maybe, I don't know. But no, there's always. It's finding those lanes, I guess. Like I was saying, people are always complaining about, oh, there's not any comedies. They're out there, you just don't like them.
Yeah.
That's all it is you just don't like them.
I like, it's weird, I like 80%, I agree with that, and the 20% only comes from my fear of sticking to one idea and letting it control me. You know what I mean?
Like
Sometimes,
OCD?
No, I just mean like if I were to think that about every performance, every time I perform, then I would be...
No, I'm not talking about performing. I'm just talking about general taste in things.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, you don't eat fish because you're a pussy or whatever. But
tuna's okay.
Tuna's barely fish.
That's probably why it's so good.
Yeah. Raw's even better.
Ugh.
Yeah, see? You fucking pussy.
Very picky.
Exactly. Most people would call you a child.
I do have a child's palate.
You do.
Seriously.
The amount of, like, if you ate chicken tenders more than anything, although you were eating fucking pizza rolls for a long time before you moved in here.
How did you know that?
Because you talked about it all the time. We made fun of you.
Oh, dude, I love pizza rolls.
So do I, but I don't eat them every fucking day.
You don't eat them ever. I've never seen them in your freezer.
That's because when I live by myself, I do try to eat very healthy.
Which drives me nuts.
I'm sorry that I feel bad about my body and you should feel worse about yours.
I've distinctly given up to a certain extent, which is not good.
See,
it's not good to give up.
Even with my eating, like, when I get paid, there's no good restaurants here, realistically.
Yeah.
Like, when I was in Georgia, we'd go find a new place to eat all the time. Like, once a week or once every 2 weeks. Like, there was a Korean buffet that we went to. Not a buffet. Beef and leaf. Like, Korean barbecue.
Nice.
Awesome.
Is it good?
I've been to like actual Korean, in Korea, beef and leaf food, exactly the same. We were super underdressed because everybody there that were Korean and wearing like after church clothes. We were dirty after work clothes. So it was like, this is bad, and this is like a lot more food than we were ready for.
Yo, did they hook it up or what?
They did it right. So it was a lot of food. I figured it was a little bit more American, kind of like a Chinese restaurant. So there wouldn't be as much. It was a lot.
That ass load of food. That's cool.
You need at least 4 people minimum to eat at places like that. Yeah. Wow. I thought it was going to be like, here's some bulgogi on a plate. It was way more than that.
That's cool.
Yeah. There was it's Puerto Rican, I think. We had mofonga burgers.
Ooh, what's that?
Smashed fried plantain on a burger. Dude, it's fucking amazing.
Fried plantain?
Have you ever had plantain?
Had plantain chips.
Not the same.
I hate bananas.
You're also a bitch. It doesn't taste like fucking bananas.
It doesn't? Okay, I might like it.
No, but it was a good fucking burger. Plus, I don't remember what kind of chips it was. It was something deep fried. It wasn't like potato chips, but it was good. And it was in Georgia of all places.
Really?
Yeah. There's a few other places like we just like randomly stopped in and ate at too. Like I think it was called Three Sisters Country Cafe. Like, if it was in a grandma's house, like most of the decorations were, like somebody like cleared out the front room and put buffet things in there. The
Really? That's what it
like
looked like?
2 of them.
No
and
shit.
it was like very poorly. There's a restaurant up in Penasco like that too, but with more room.
So it looks like grandma's living room.
Kind of. Grandma's kitchen. Like, it had wallpaper, the same wooden chairs and crappy tables, and like that real shitty tablecloth that it's not
you can
linen.
tear it, right?
No. It's like linoleum almost.
Oh, okay. Ugh.
Yeah, there's a real cheap shit from the 90s.
How was the food?
Decent.
Well, that's.
It wasn't great.
If you have that kind of decor, the food better be fucking.
You would hope.
Popping off, yeah.
But it was buffet style and whatever. So it had the food that they had was well made and everything, but it was like white seasoned, not black seasoned. So
what's white? Oh, like not enough seasoning and shit. Okay.
Like there was it was good. It filled you up. There wasn't the flavor there. So
I love over seasoning shit.
You mean seasoning shit?
The proper way, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but there's like different places like that. It's always fucking awesome to go to. Like here we have Socorro's, which has taken a significant drop. There's a new Mexican place behind the McDonald's, which is kind of confusing how to order from them because it's like 100 different items and there's no pictures.
100?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Kitchen Nightmares?
Yeah.
I watch one of the main things.
He cuts every menu down.
Cuts the menu down. You can't have 100 items.
I love Kitchen Nightmares. I watch it every time they upload it to YouTube. That's what I watch during the day.
Dude, the British one's way better.
I don't know. I like Americans being put in their place, though.
Ah, me too. Yeah.
British people are like, okay. It's like, yeah, you already know you suck.
Oh, no, dude. They have some real fucking dumb motherfuckers running restaurants in Britain. But anyway, the show's great. But yeah, they always cut the menu down because the chef can't cook 100 different things. It's impossible.
Well, with Mexican food, it's kind of very easy to do. Taco Bell has made that very clear.
Yeah,
because it's the same ingredients, just different ways.
There's that's different. There's just 20 different things probably.
Right. But you have to know what you're ordering. Because these are Mexicans, not New Mexican Mexicans.
Oh, is it authentic Mexican food? Or is it New Mexican food?
Those words don't apply.
What do you mean?
Okay. You know how there's a Mexican grocery store here, right? There's one in Santa Fe too.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
It's it's over. It's the same people that own the Palete bar, but you go in when you get your spices, it's in a different kind of bag. It's not in a bottle. When you get your meat, it's cook it that day because you can't save it in the fridge.
Really?
Yeah, because it's super fresh and definitely no antibiotics.
Cool.
Yeah, sort of. It's iffy on chicken. But
Yeah.
but it's like that for a restaurant. I've been to tons of places like that, like in El Paso. It's like if you were to go to a food truck, amazing, best way to get your food.
Fuck yeah.
Mostly because you can stand out there and look as opposed to sitting in the fucking drive-thru.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, these are Mexicans making the food, not new Mexicans, straight up Mexicans. You can say it's authentic, sure, that's technically true. It's not new Mexican food, it's Mexican food.
Cool. Okay.
And not because you go to a big Mexican restaurant where they have a menu and everything. This is authentic Mexican food. It's not fucking that at all.
Yeah. Well, food trucks. That's usually the way to go. Some of them suck, but most of the time they're good. Have you ever been the Chili Torreado?
No. Where's that?
Oh, it's so good. Santa Fe.
Yeah, that's why.
But yeah, authentic burritos. Like they have all kinds of meats, and then one of them that's really good is buche. It's pig stomach burrito.
It's basically menudo.
Yeah, but it's like prepared a certain way.
Well, menudo's intestines, but whatever.
Right, okay. But yeah, it's like really chewy, and but it's seasoned really well. Good food. We should go there sometime.
That's what that tortas is like.
Really?
Tortas rainbows. But they have tortas, but they also have burritos and tacos and shit.
The burritos are good?
I told you, get the tongue burrito there, man.
That sounds good.
The tongue burrito is the best thing there because it's real sweet.
Tongue
but
meat?
but it's like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's funny because when I first went in there, it said straight up lengua on it, so I don't know at what point they changed it to tongue since I've lived here. It must be like Santa Fe or tourists or somebody coming in. Oh yeah, give me the lengua! Like, you know that's tongue, right? Which, like, preparing tongue, from what I've seen in different videos, is very hard to do. And what you get and what you taste is fucking amazing.
Really?
Yeah. Like I said, it's real sweet.
Tongue, huh? Cow tongue, I'm
Yeah.
assuming? I wonder, cow tongue.
I'll
How
get a
does it
burrito,
taste?
you get another. I just told you, it's real sweet, real good.
Oh, right.
Like, we'll go someday, you'll get whatever faggot shit you want, and I'll get a regular burrito. And it's called Tortas Rainbow, so you're going to have to really go through this one to clean up what we said.
Oh, shit. I can do that.
Yeah.
I'll bleep it out.
All right.
Faggot.
51, 52, 53. Yeah, but like stuff like that I like. But here there's nothing to like explore and go do. Like even Albuquerque, the ramen shops. Like there's a few down by UNM, like by Lead and Coal. There's two of them next to each other. There's one's Naruto Ramen, a phone store, and then there's the other one, or the other. I don't remember which one's which, but I remember going in there one day because I had an appointment down there. So I'm gonna eat here. Fucking destroy that shit in a minute.
That's good.
They had some dumplings, the ramen.
Nice.
Fucking killed it. It was awesome. The lady like looked up from behind the counter. She's like super excited. It's like, it's good. It's like, fuck yeah. Tipped him and bounced.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I've never had like really good ramen before. I've always had the shit you buy at the store.
There's ramen places in Santa Fe. We should
Is
go.
there?
Yeah, we'll go to one soon.
Oh, there's Fun Noodle.
That's what I've heard.
Is it good?
I don't know. I haven't gone.
Okay.
I haven't gone to any of the ones in Santa Fe because I used to go to Santa Fe for comic books and stuff on Saturdays because I had like extra cash.
Like Adventure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time. Like if I go to town, I'm gonna go to town and do stuff because I'd go get comics. I'd probably look at or pick up a Gundam model. I'd probably go to the mall. Definitely play at the arcade. Play a shit ton of pinball.
Nice.
Or if I didn't go to the mall, no, because I do that, and then if I didn't go to the movies, I'd go down to the plaza, and then I go to the Rooftop Pizza and play pinball and drink beer, and then
Nice.
be upset that I can't get pizza because for whatever reason they weren't serving pizza that day for some stupid reason. Their pasta's really good. Their pasta's good. I'll put it
Where?
At Rooftop
Oh,
Pizzeria.
Okay. Never been there.
Yeah, there's also, if you go downstairs and then you go to the next side, if you go all the way in to the back, there's a sushi place that's really good. That's where I heard those two kids asking if shit was vegan and soy free and whatever else, and I looked up and they're like 12. But if you go halfway through that little area and then you go downstairs, that's where Phil works at the macaroni place.
Oh, okay. Nice.
It's not tomato soup. It's bisque, and it was good. Don't get me wrong. The bisque was good, but like cheese is a hard enough problem for me. But it was like this really classed up macaroni in like a foil tin, like a bread tin. I don't like a loaf pan, but full of mac and cheese. But
That's
it's like
how they do it there?
by like the $2 aluminums. Like I'm sure if you love mac and cheese, that's great for you and everything. But it was too much for me.
So it was a shitload.
Yeah, because I got the mac and cheese, grilled cheese, and tomato soup.
That sounds great.
But they use Texas toast, so it's a bit thick for me. I like the thin Wonder Bread shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, the soakage on that soup, it like really evens out. Versus Texas toast, and you're like,
But you dip the
grilled cheese in the soup.
Your soup, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not a monster. I'm not some fucking troglodyte. I'm not some unwashed heathen that doesn't know how to eat grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Okay, I'm glad you know how to properly eat.
I can't think of another thing, but this is the kind of word game I was talking about.
But I was gonna say, Texas toast would be perfect for soup. Even though it's thick, dip it in the soup, baby.
If it's just the toast, yes. But if it's a grilled cheese sandwich, then you got double that, then it's a little bit too much.
That's true. Okay.
And then it's dry, so then you're like ripping your mouth up and shit too.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, like, yeah, you get that first middle bite and it's good, but everything, I don't know. That's where I get picky is mouthfeel. Umami.
Mouthfeel?
Yeah, if it's going to cut my mouth up, I'm not happy about it.
Like Cocoa Puffs?
No, like Captain Crunch.
Yeah, Captain Crunch.
But I love Captain Crunch.
It's pretty damn good.
It's amazing. I can't eat it anymore.
Milk?
Yeah. Well, that and cereal's fortified, and I don't know what they put in it. A lot of time, that's continuing diarrhea.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks. Have you ever had Reese's Puff cereal?
Yes, they're good. Those ones are
fucking unreal.
I can have like maybe a handful of those, and then like addictive personality goes eat more, but that's also like diarrhea alley. So,
you're lactose intolerant.
yes, I have a lot of food allergies.
Really?
Yeah, but that doesn't like stop.
You're not
me.
allergic to cum, are you?
No, it's good and salty. No, but like I have a lot of food allergies, but that doesn't really stop me from eating well. Like I love cheesecake. It
so good.
fucking destroys my stomach. Like I had cheesecake.
Shit slaps.
Like I had cheesecake at my mom's house last week, and like by the time I got back here, it's like, all right, oh no, we're out of water.
Oh fuck! Where did you shit? Or
I shit in the toilet.
yeah.
That's why I bought those gallons of water to flush.
So you could flush.
Yeah, I made Kool-Aid and then I had like water to flush. But I also like because I had that 5-gallon can which I used almost immediately, and that 5-gallon barrel that needs to go back to my mom's house tomorrow. That's just drinking water.
Dude, the water is working.
Very low pressure though.
Yeah, is that... Did they fuck something up again?
No, it's more like there's something they didn't do. Okay, so when it comes to plumbing, on a regular house, you have your main water line that comes in to your house, right? Now on that water line, it has a meter and a little like valve. That's when you see that that metal thing in your yard. That's what that is. That means the water from the city coming in to your house, and usually it maintains a certain amount of pressure. Now, if the pipes in your house are missized or old or leaking or whatever, then it will lower your pressure.
You lose some pressure.
Right.
Okay.
Now, this water is going to the well, but not directly into the pump, just replaced where they went into the pump. So I'm getting low pressure from that. And so it's going from the road all the way over there, which is like 100 feet, then into the house.
Ah, so it's got further travel.
Right. So
is it going through their system and then through yours?
Probably.
Why didn't they
Well,
just
no.
do a splitter?
It's already split.
Oh.
But even then, that amount of travel, and then they didn't. You're supposed to resize depending on distance and water flow, And you're also supposed to put in a pressure gauge or somewhere you can check the pressure and everything else.
So that's something that needs to be fixed, right?
It's technically fixed. It's technically working. It's just not done well. Because trailers are really bad for their air conditioning, for their plumbing, for everything, because it's meant to be able to pick up and go. And these aren't meant to be permanently in the same spot forever.
Right.
But they are always treated that way. Maybe
Right.
with newer trailers, they're better at that. I don't know. But okay, see that duct?
Yeah.
There's another one in my bedroom. There's another one in the bathroom. There's this one behind the TV. There's one in this bedroom. And then there's one that juts off to the side into that bathroom, right?
Right.
So this is one piece of metal all the way through.
Okay.
And it's
makes
got
sense.
little pieces of metal with cut fingers into it to where it bends in. These aren't taped and sealed and wrapped. This metal ductwork has insulation for the house on top of it and under it. So it's bare metal. It's not insulated all the way through. All trailers are made this way.
Oh, okay.
So when you change out the ductwork for a trailer and you put in house ductwork, you have to strap it up between everything, but it doesn't really fit the same way if you're doing a spider system, or if you do a metal duct system, it's still a pain in the ass, but it's not efficient in any way. So
you lose temperature and shit.
Mm-hmm. And especially when you change it out, you're removing insulation from the house, because under a trailer, you have your floorboards, right? You have your insulation stuffed in there, and then it's a piece of plastic. One big piece of plastic all the way under it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And you have a few parts sticking out where the plumbing comes in for the water in and the water out. Or realistically, water in, septic out.
Right.
So, and then they don't, for the air conditioning, it's usually set up so that you have heating only, not air conditioning. Because they have that plastic under it and everything. It's a fucking nightmare.
Damn, so you need one of these.
More or less, yeah. Now, you can have, air conditioning and everything on them installed, but you cut away that plastic, and I don't know a company that actually does everything right.
Really? Okay.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah.
Not really. It's more of just me bitching about how many times I've been under a trailer and there's shit water, or you're doing some shit job and you're crawling back and forth underneath a trailer full of bugs and dead animals.
Oh, God. No, I think I used to sell insurance for these.
That sounds like a fucking useless job. Here's our house insurance. My son stepped through the floor. Well, we don't cover it. Why? Because you suck. And you're poor.
No, luckily I didn't do claims. I just sold them. Thank Christ. Oh, fuck that shit. But it was a shitty job. But so I'm curious how they're put together. I thought that was interesting.
Well, you see the roof? How thick do you think that is compared to the outside?
The roof.
From ceiling to roof.
A foot thick.
No.
No?
It's 6 inches.
Really?
That's why it gets so fucking hot in here.
Oh, because the fucking
there's no fucking insulation in these things. They're fucking horrible. All the insulation is in that little triangle right there.
Really?
That's the most insulation in the house.
Wait, so you're telling me 6 inches past is the fucking...
You have the ceiling. This isn't even regular 3/4 inch drywall. This is super thin bullshit. Then you have the insulation, and the wood in the roof isn't like a regular 2x4. It's like this skinny little bitch birchwood nonsense.
Why?
Because these are
Meant to be moved.
Yeah,
Okay.
and not permanent.
Wow. That seems criminal.
Yeah, it does.
Would you be able to live in one of these things if you lived in Arizona or something?
People do.
Oh, God.
But there's ways around. People have learned ways around this. Have you ever seen a trailer with tires on top? Usually you'll see a tarp, and it separates the metal, and it's held down with tires. That's for insulation.
So it absorbs some of the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Or keeps the cold in, or the heat in.
Oh, okay.
So
Interesting. So it looks ghetto as fuck, but it helps insulate.
most would say resi, because I don't think regular rednecks do that, but more or less, yeah. And then you look around and like, wow, these are some real nice cabinets. Yeah, that's where all the money is in this house. It's like, fuck you. Like you've seen the bottom of some of these doors. There's like 6 inches gap.
At the bottom. Oh yeah.
And then like the tiling over here is all unlevel. You look over by the fucking refrigerator where like this, like it's like click-in floor, wood floor. There's like massive gaps in it and shit.
Really?
Because this is renovated. You
Oh,
can see how there
shit.
used to be a door right there next to that light switch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Why
Just
they
to the
boarded it.
outside, I guess.
Yeah. You look outside, you can't see anything. But
That makes sense why they board that up because you already have one going out.
why is there one there? Unless something else happened there. I don't know. Like, trailers are fucking terrible. I fucking hate them.
I lived in a trailer when I was young for
Oh.
like a couple of years.
I wonder what it'd be like to be in a brand new trailer, though. Like, they're probably nice. But I've also walked in trailers where, like, when you step on it, you can hear there's nothing under you.
Yeah, it's just
Clunk,
echoey.
clunk. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. How's that Four Loko treating you?
I don't know why you gotta bring it up.
I just.
Hey, you're an alcoholic!
That's not what I'm saying. I just think as far as a beverage of choice, I thought it was kind of funny
It's okay.
for the listener.
It gets me that right amount of buzz that I need.
Yeah.
So, and it's cheaper than Mike's Harder. Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
the first episode. We had a great intro about fucking Marty making fun of it.
He made fun of Mike's Harder.
Yeah, because it's not Mike's Hard Lemonade; it's Mike's Harder Lemonade. You never had that same energy again. Where are you, Marty?
Where are you?
I still haven't heard from him.
Really?
I haven't texted him yet again.
Yeah.
But
Hope he's alright. Jesus.
well, he's got a family, so I would assume.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
It's all zoomed in. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the volume's fine. So
Yeah.
before we wanted to go, Barbie Oppenheimer aliens. We're not going to talk about Barbie or Oppenheimer. We want to talk about aliens. Because
Yeah, what's been going on in the news about aliens?
this morning there was a hearing, a congressional hearing, oversight hearing with David Grush.
I think that's right.
He
yeah.
was an official whistleblower. I guess he was an intelligence officer that like investigated or spoke to a bunch of people about aliens and how aliens are basically real.
Yeah. And by real, like, they visited us, right? That's what
They
he's claiming.
definitely wrecked here. At
Yeah.
the very least, they have definitely wrecked here, according to people he's spoken to, which, like, isn't really a whole lot of evidence. So you
Yeah.
can still sit there and go like, maybe he's crazy and lying.
Right. Bob Lazar! Excuse me.
But if anybody, I think he is lying.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But
He's made a career out of it.
but the Israeli dude, he's like the head of their NASA or whatever. He came out like a year or two ago. Was like, hey, yeah, there's aliens and shit. Like all the governments are talking to them.
Really?
Yeah. Anyways.
Interesting. Okay. But he claimed that.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
there's definitely talking to aliens and shit.
I hope it's real. That would be so fucking cool. I remain skeptical.
I feel bad for the guys that work for SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, the satellite dudes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine sitting there going, you fuckers knew the whole goddamn time.
Yeah.
You knew the whole fucking time and you didn't tell us.
We sit around waiting day after day for
We're
something.
just scanning the skies, looking for bullshit, and you fuckers knew already.
Of course, if this is true, I'm not surprised they made it a political thing to not tell anybody. It makes
X-Files political, not like Jesus, Republican, Democrat,
Right.
political.
Right, not that, but
Yeah.
like first thing I'd want to do is tell everyone so
But
they
he-
know the
Like, this shit's
what's
happening.
going on.
Well, that's what he did more or less, 'cause being a whistleblower
Right.
or whatever. And like, what the fuck did you just do to your phone? Why did you
I
bite it?
silenced it
Why did you bite it?
because I can't turn it with my hands.
You have to turn it?
Yeah, you gotta twist it, and I use my teeth.
You have a physical knob on your phone like a watch?
Yeah, it's a waterproof case, so you have to turn the knob to silence.
Okay. Anyway, so like I've seen like everything I've seen on TikTok today is like aliens, 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 and it's from like big name people like Hank Green, who has cancer and is dying. He's probably not dying, but I don't remember what he's from. He was famous before TikTok and everything else, and like people are like, oh, that's who this guy is. He's a really smart dude. I don't remember what he fucking did though. But it's like stuff like that. Like one of these guys I had seen before. He's a prepper, right? So he's like, I've got a bunker. I've got like dry food and crank radio and all this bullshit.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I've seen him like months ago, but I'd never seen anything from him again. And it popped up today, and it was him on the like clicking his TV. He's like, look, it's real, it's fucking real.
He's just having a meltdown about it.
Kind of. It's like, you know, in movies how there's always like a guy with wearing a sandwich board sign saying the end is nigh.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he goes like, well, fuck, I guess it's real. They take it a lot better than he did. It's like, yeah, it's definitely not real.
Well, I love how he's prepping for the end of the world, and this is not confirming that at all.
Well, they, conspiracy theorists, which is a dumb term because conspiracy theory is basically like a legal term. It's like whatever conspiracy is. It means people are talking about this or planning to do this or whatever. And a theory is the idea of whatever it is that they're talking about. So it's not... Originally, it wasn't a crazy thing, and they basically made it into this is what crazy people believe.
Yeah.
And crazy people of that caliber tend to believe in this, like the same thing. The end of the world is coming. Aliens are real.
The Earth is flat.
The Earth, yeah, shit like that. COVID's fake. Whatever.
Right.
They're usually on the same spectrum of that autism.
Yeah, and
autism.
I think that's stupid too. Like let's say I've constantly had the belief that aliens have crash landed here. We've been in talks. Let's just say I had that belief.
Okay.
And then everything else is I don't have, like, the moon landing was real. 9/11 was real.
You know, like a normal, reasonable person.
Right, yeah.
And then you just happen to have one thing.
You believe in. I shouldn't be put in with all the other crazies.
Right.
We shouldn't ostracize these people.
I mean, a lot of them we should.
Some of them. Well, no, like, even the people we really disagree with, we should accept more debate with them. Like, that's what this country is based off of.
What about turning the frogs gay, Alex Jones?
He's different. He's a liar. You know, like.
But he did have one of his things end up being true though. The fucking rich people garden where they fuck. I can't think of what it's called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, somebody does. It doesn't matter. But like,
yeah, but a clock is right twice a day, right? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, that's a saying, but I don't know if it is.
Like,
but no, like
if you know the story of turning the frogs gay, and you know what the real story is.
Kind of. Tell me.
It's kind of true. They were experimenting on frogs that were they were exposed to this chemical that made the frog switch gender.
Right.
But instead of saying that, he turned it into this huge fucking crazy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My way of dumbing that down and explaining it was it's basically Jurassic Park, where some species of frogs switch genders, which kind of happens anyway naturally.
Really?
But yeah. Well, it's like there was a show on Netflix not a while ago. It was like an adult Steve Irwin cartoon. And it basically explained how, like, you know how people get upset, it's like, the animals are gay and shit. Like, that, or gay's not natural. It's like, most of the animal kingdom's fucking gay as shit.
Yeah.
Like, super fucking gay.
Yeah.
Swans are gay. Dolphins are rapists. Shit like that.
Yeah,
well, they didn't talk about the dolphins being rapists. I just like throwing it out there because everybody needs to know. Stay out of those pools. But,
hey, a hole's a hole to a dolphin.
Somebody actually uploaded a video the other day of a dolphin raping a dead fish.
That's amazing. I gotta see this.
It was I don't know if I can find it again, but I'll try. But no, like, it's a natural thing, so it's not really...
Right.
Like, whether the chemicals are doing it or not, it was like, it might have happened anyway, dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But as far as aliens go, like, if this all turned... Like, there's a really good chance this is all just gonna turn around and be like, nah, dude's just a liar or crazy.
Right.
I think that's why they're giving it so much airtime, because they're like giving them rope to hang himself, maybe.
Right, but just the fact that it's a committee, right?
Yeah. So
to investigate.
So it's different senators and representatives, one of the two, I don't remember, that are like interviewing him.
And see, just the fact that they're doing that is like kind of giving it like legitimacy.
Right. Now there are he did show certain evidence to certain people, like Matt Gaetz, the child trafficking rapist.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's a terrible fucking person, and he looks dumb as fuck. Matt Gaetz.
Is he a senator or something?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Of course
he was being investigated for trafficking children and fucking them, but
Jesus.
And he's not very old either. He's fairly young, but like he's under investigation now. So
wow.
Like some of it's been postponed. I don't know all the details about it, but he's a terrible person either way. And while this was going on, he was like talking at schools and shit. So
what the fuck?
Yeah. The whole situation was fucked with him.
Oh my god.
But anyway, so they showed him certain evidence, and he was talking because I've only seen like clips of the hearing. And he was like, yeah, there's like 5 orbs in a formation, and then they like did all kinds of weird shit, and it's hard to listen to the child fucker, but
yeah, unless he's Michael Jackson. If he's Michael Jackson, it's
then I'll do Thriller all day.
Yeah.
Well, according to those kids, he didn't fuck them. He just looked into their buttholes.
He did do. There's one kid that he got fucked by Michael. I tend to believe him too, because it's the way he tells that. I know this is off topic, but the way he tells that story.
It's off topic.
The way he tells that story is so convincing.
A lot of it is though. Yeah. But like, Tiger King really made you think that Carol fucking killed her husband. Turns out he was alive in Puerto Rico.
He was alive?
Yeah, they found him like this year.
No shit.
Yeah, like total. Like
she comes off as a psychopathic cunt.
They
in that
all
show.
do. They all do.
Yeah,
true. But that's like your narrative and everything. So who knows? Like, oh, I'm gonna film a documentary after I unsuccessfully sued Michael Jackson for looking at my butthole. That's who those guys are. Apparently they were known for doing stuff like that, like suing people for stuff like that. And like the parents really pushed it, so I don't really know. They probably didn't get a lot of good jobs in the black community. It's like, I remember you accused Michael Jackson of fucking you. Fuck you, kids.
Keep in mind too, Michael Jackson has a huge like defense. It's not just legal defense. He has this whole block of people that defend him to the death.
Yeah, just like public opinion.
Yeah, public opinion, and these people.
Well, it's like when they raided his home and shit, they found tons of, like, regular Playboys.
Really?
Yeah.
He had them for the kids. I'm joking. It's a joke.
Maybe. But it was, like, straight porn, and, like, that was one of the defining pieces of evidence. He couldn't have fucked those kids. He's straight as fuck. He's jerking off to these big blonde titties.
Yeah, pretty young things, just a coincidence.
Yeah, so who knows? He was probably an alien.
Yeah, he's bringing it back. He was an alien.
But that was the other thing about these. Like, a lot of this we can sit here and go, aliens might be real. I'm going to sit here and try to write a joke about it. But maybe aliens are real. Maybe Josh is a big pussy about fucking Bigfoot and he's real. Who knows? What else is the government hiding for us? We don't know. We're not Joe Rogan.
You know what? Bigfoot, I've recently heard Joe Rogan talking about Bigfoot. I still don't believe it, but he did very well in convincing me that there definitely used to be a Bigfoot.
Yeah, used to be. Totally believe it. Easy.
Totally.
Like, Jesus was probably a dude. Did he do magic? Maybe. He could have been like Lance Burton and Friends, Master Magician, who's coming to Santa Fe or wherever I keep seeing the billboard.
Lance Burton?
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck he is. But it says Lance Burton and Friends, Master Magician.
Oh, God. I hate magic. It's so stupid.
I like it when it's entertaining. Which
is
a lot of
never.
the time, it's not. Chris Angel, no.
Oh, he's so bad.
Who's the dude that does the
David
Blaine? The fucking...
He's just a prop magician.
No, not even that. Endurance. It's not even magic. It's like, I'm going to sit in this ice block for 72 hours. That's not magic.
You're just running out of things to do.
It's like, it's the middle of summer, I want to stay cold.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Right.
David Blaine.
David Copperfield is the one that made the Statue of Liberty and an airplane disappear?
You know how he did that?
No, I don't know how magic works.
He
paid everybody.
So he made it disappear because he had a rotating stage that just turned out of the view.
How do you rotate a whole airport?
Well, I don't know the ins and outs, but they were on a stage that was like turning. I don't know how they matched it all up, but that's apparently how he did it.
We had a magician come to one of the open mics one night that we didn't do today. And like it was very easy and quick to figure out how he did his magic tricks. Not the weird linking everybody's wedding rings together, but he had this magic ball and like he poured water in and out of it and drank it, and
it was so bad. And then you Googled it. That thing is like on Amazon for like $5.
No. On Alibaba. It wasn't even on Amazon. It was on Alibaba, which is like the Amazon for the rest of the world, and it was like $3. And
it was a cheap trick, literally.
That was the next day we discovered that, but we sat there looking through the window, making jokes. I told Josh, I was like, it'd be fun to just go up there and take two cups of water and dump it on yourself. Guess who did it? And guess who got upset?
That was, I really enjoyed doing that.
But as far as aliens go, maybe they're out there. But
yeah,
I feel bad for the SETI guys.
Oh yeah, SETI got their. Did you already say?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got fucked over for sure.
I'd be so upset to sit there as like, my whole career is based on looking for intelligence lights. You know they're out there. I mean, if you were giving us data every week or so, it's like, try this area, or try
Don't
this
tell anybody, but yeah.
Like,
that would be nice.
Have you tried this? Like, that would make sense. Like, okay, there's probably aliens out there. We have some idea that might exist. They're probably dead now, but fucking who knows?
Yeah, dude.
But
oh my god, I feel bad for them because they spend their entire life looking for that shit.
They do get radio waves every now and then that they can't pinpoint the origin of.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of them come from like quasars and weird phenomena, but yeah,
well, they
do get some where they're not quite sure where it's coming from.
There was one recently, like it was enough to like we don't know what this is.
That's
like
cool.
Within the last 2 years, I would say.
That's cool.
Yeah, but like, I mean, can you imagine just like getting to the top of the military? It's like, hey, you're top of DOD now. You're Secretary of Defense, or not even that. You're not even Secretary of Defense. It's like, hey, yeah, you got passed over for this dude, but we're gonna hire you in. You're super classified, whatever, blah blah blah. Guess what? You know more than this asshole. Aliens are real, bitch.
Surprise, mother knucker.
That'd be pretty fun.
That would be, yeah.
But
maybe that's the first thing they tell the new president.
Well, okay, so I think it was Jimmy Carter when he was running. I believe he's like, "We're going to tell you everything we know about aliens." Then he gets elected. Is like, yeah, like it was like a from what
it was
I've
like
read,
too crazy. He's like, I can't tell anybody.
It was like a definite. Yeah, I'm not telling you guys. Sorry.
They probably told him like, you can't tell anyone this. We'll fucking kill you. They've done that before, allegedly.
Kennedy. I don't think his was about. I don't think his had anything to do with like aliens or anything cool, or even like civil rights. It was definitely like, you need to stop fucking people.
Yeah.
Like, this looks bad.
This looks terrible.
All right, you're done. Ba-ba.
Blah, pew 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 pew. Blah! Booyakasha. But like in like the Roswell incident.
Okay, so the Roswell incident. I moved to Roswell in '97, 50-year anniversary, and we went to the International Space Museum. There was a big festival and everything, right?
Yeah.
It's the biggest waste of $5.
I bet. Yeah.
It might be more. It might be like $11 now.
Inflation.
Yeah, it's fucking worse. What were you gonna say?
Oh yeah. Like I've seen stuff on it, and who knows if any of this actually happened. But the crash landed in Roswell, right?
Nope.
Yeah, it did.
No. That's what's crazy. So this UFO supposedly crashed on this farmer's land.
Right.
He lived closer to Rio Doso than he did Roswell.
Oh, really?
But Roswell had an Air Force base at the time. So he gathers up all this material and goes down to the Air Force base.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Continue.
Oh, yeah. So it crash lands near Rio Doso. And the farmer, he claims that he was basically given death threats to not tell anybody,
right.
Which might be true. You know, who knows? But
well, one of the things, one of the reports say that like the metal he found and stuff, like he could bend it and it went back to its original shape.
Right. Yeah. And they found this like bar with like weird markings on it and stuff like that.
And like I think it was like 4 bodies.
Right.
Or something, but those were grays, and there's like a whole. There is lore on different types of aliens that may or may not exist from these weird fucking conspiracy nuts.
Yeah, man.
But, I there's one thing I saw is like, yeah, they've been probing people for years, and they're hurting them. It's like, what does that mean?
Wait, they're here to hurting?
Yeah, they threw that one in. Like,
what?
Like they've been around forever. They've been doing this. They gave us advanced technology, like your cell phone and Wi-Fi. It was like,
fuck off!
It's like, okay, so I mean, maybe, but like, still. And they were probing people and hurting them. It was like,
hurting them.
You might have just been sexually assaulted. That might have been rape. But
that's fucking crazy.
But like with the Roswell thing, that's like the most prominent thing. They take in all this information. It's like, no, it was a weather balloon. They take a picture of a guy posing with it. Like when you walk into the museum, you walk in, it's like a fake alien on a gurney, and like doctors over him doing an autopsy. You walk in, there's like another thing kind of like that. That's the most advanced this museum it gets.
Oh my god, what a shit.
The rest of it is like walking through a civic center science fair, where it's just like newspaper clippings posted to poster board and shit.
What? That's the whole museum? That is terrible.
From what I remember, this is like damn near 20 years ago now.
Yeah, it's not like they can put artifacts and like
exactly.
stuff in there.
And it's like, there's no evidence for them to put in there. I mean, nowadays, they might have like ancient aliens. They probably did have ancient aliens playing in the background now that I think about it. But and then you go to the gift shop and it's like alien cups and stuff. I said alien cups and stuff.
Here's your fucking Roswell mug.
Yeah. And
That's
then
so stupid.
And then like years later they converted the McDonald's to look like a UFO. But only the play place. And even then it's like just the outside, so nothing on the inside is different. Like they still had Nintendo 64 arcades in there.
Really? That was the thing?
Last time I went to that, it was in 2009.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
64 yeah, in the play place, they had like a 4-screen like N64 setup, and they had like Donkey Kong, Mario Sunshine, because they also had GameCubes, I think.
No shit.
And
wow.
something else.
So 4 kids could play.
It was either 4 or 2, but they weren't like hooked up on a network
Mario
or
Kart
anything. Yeah, probably. But it was either N64 or GameCube. I don't remember at this point. But like that was like the main staple of being in there.
Cool.
My other best memory of that place isn't good though.
Really?
Yeah, because my mom went out of town to go pick up my brother from school because he was boarding at the Indian school, and she took our sisters with him. So it was me, my little brother, and my older brother. He took us, like, we got on the bus, we went there, we, like, got Happy Meals or whatever, we came back, and then he, like, abandoned us at the house for, like, 8 hours.
Oh my god, were you freaking out?
Not totally. I was maybe 10, 11.
Pretty
And
young,
then, yeah, and then he ended up living with her aunt after that.
Wait, who lived?
My older brother. Like, he ran away while he was supposed to be watching us.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We just spent the day eating those, like, strawberry shortcake popsicle things. You know the ones with, like, the crumbly shit on the outside?
Yeah.
They're also my mom's. We weren't supposed to be eating them.
Fuck them, they're not here.
It's like, we're not getting in trouble. He is.
God damn, that's brutal.
Meh. Hey, why are you all weird and shit? I don't know. That's not even the worst thing in my life.
I was a latchkey kid, which is different than what you're saying.
No, I was too, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep explaining.
Oh, no, I spent lots of time at home alone.
Yeah, because you're what my wife would call a lonely child. Like, she is like, no, it's a fucking lone child. Yeah, a lonely child, because they were lonely. That's not what that means. It means they're a single child.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so we wanted to add in some alien shit.
Yeah, we forgot to talk about aliens, because what? Sorry.
Because it happened today?
It happened today.
I don't even know if there's another hearing or anything coming up. I have no idea what's going on with that.
I hope that it comes out and there's evidence. That would be so cool.
Like, if they just sat there as like, look, we're declassifying this. Kind of like the way Trump declassified that UFO evidence before, and then he got in trouble. He didn't get in trouble because it was UFO shit. He got in trouble because you could see the technology we're using. Because usually that shit's like censored or pulled off or whatever. It was like,
wow.
It's like, thanks, guy. Now they can like have a vague idea of what we're doing.
Fuck.
Like,
that's crazy that happened. Yeah, he's not the brightest guy.
That's not even the crazy thing that happened during that presidency. It's like, oh man, this is fucked up. Aliens are real. It's like, yeah, he also just exposed tons of state secrets. Oh man, that sucks.
Idiot.
But yeah,
I never know how to close this out.
eat shit and die.